know you wanted to get into the summer league.
And Chet Holmgren.
Yep. And now they're comparing him to Dirk Nowitzki.
After these first 2 games in the summer league, and we got the chance to watch the first game and some of the second game. Ultimately, I like what I saw out of Chet Holmgren after these first 2 games. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't think they should be comparing him to an all-time great, though.
I think when you're a number 2 overall pick and you've kind of talked up a big game, I think maybe you should be getting compared. Is it too early to say? I think the comparisons kind of just come from the style of jump shot that he took, that little one-legged fadeaway. Is Chet Holmgren going to be like Dirk? No. Because Chet Holmgren is going to be his own type of player. I think we kind of saw it. A dominant shot blocker who ultimately, one of his only flaws in his game is what he got exposed on by Kenny Lofton Jr. is just he got bodied in his second game against when he plays against Kenny Lofton Jr. And you know what I mean? He got bodied.
The NBA is going to bring some serious physicality. I don't think Chet Holmgren will be able to compete.
I think Chet Holmgren proved. I think Chet Holmgren, like, he showed that he can play in the NBA. He's going to be a good player. He has that talent. He has that skill set. Ultimately, like, he can dribble the ball for a big guy. No one is really doing that. Like, he's doing it at that kind of length, the 7'6" wingspan. I mean, the guy is just kind of crazy. He's shooting the 3, stretching the floor, playing that point center kind of role. He can affect the game in multiple ways, even when he's not shooting well. His second summer league game after his huge outbreak, he had only 11 points, 3 of 11 shooting, but he still had 5 or 4 blocks, and he had 12 rebounds. So he affected the game in other ways, and he showed.
So he was positive.
Exactly. So he's just showing that he can be positive for the team. And ultimately, I feel like that's what we're looking at this season for Chet Holmgren. Chet Holmgren is not going to be great his rookie year. He's going to be mid at best. Some people are going to be saying that he's a complete bust after this year. That's my prediction. I think some people are going to be saying he's a complete bust. And I'm not going to be one of those people, because I'm saying right now, you give Chet Holmgren 2 to 3 years to develop into NBA. He already has that initial skill set with NBA coaching, and all he needs is just to bulk up a little bit. If he gets that, it's over. He has everything else. So if he can just hold his own in the paint and not get bodied by guys like Kenny Lofton Jr., he'll be all right. I really believe that.
I think it's going to be interesting, though, to see how he how he plays in the NBA versus against real stars
like Giannis and such like that. I feel like that's going to be the main test. I feel like people are saying, oh, well, obviously Kenny Lofton Jr. is an undrafted rookie, and he's bodying the number 2 pick and smoking them and making, you know what I mean? That's the narrative they're pushing out there.
And Chet's going to OKC.
Yeah, and they're not even going to be anything good. They're kind of building for the future still, even after getting Chet Holmgren. So, and that's why I think Sam Presti did what he did, and it was a very smart move on his part, picking Chet Holmgren at the number 2 pick over Smith, because Chet Holmgren is building for the future. You see the talent. The ceiling is higher than any other pick. He has that talent, and he can be a superstar in the league. He just needs a couple years in the league to develop. And Sam Presti knows that OKC is a couple years away from even contending or doing anything. So why not just pick Chet Holmgren and let him develop on a safe spot in OKC? It's a really smart move from him, and that's why I think he was so decisive in his move to draft him number 2, because he had a lot of options, obviously, as the number 2 overall pick. Do you think Chet silenced the critics in the media and solidified himself after these 2 games? Do you see the potential? Do you think he could be a star in the NBA?
Within his first couple years, no.
Like I said.
Nah. Not within his first. He's going to have to work.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to have to work, and it's going to come maybe in 3-4 years, even 5. It could be like Giannis.
And he just develops, and then eventually he has a huge breakout year.
I don't think he's going to be a star right away, though.
I think that's what the expectations should be for Chet Holmgren. He has the talent, but if you just look at him, he's not NBA ready. But when he becomes NBA ready in terms of like his body and everything like that, I think it's going to be a scary sight to see. And I really do believe that. And I think it's not crazy to be comparing him to Dirk. He might be up there in terms of the all-time greats by the time it's all said and done. But people are going to be writing him off because he's talking up a big game. People are going to write off Chet Holmgren after this rookie season because he's not going to win Rookie of the Year. He's not going to win Rookie of the Year, and people are going to write him off because he's talking like he is. But if you just watch the game, you can see that this kid is going to be something special.
I like the kid that's going to the Warriors better. Do you remember his name?
The kid we watched in the summer league.
Yeah.
You don't like him better than Chet.
Yeah, I like
He's
him
some
better than
undrafted
Chet.
guy. You don't like him better than Chet.
I like him better than
Santos,
Chet.
right?
Santos.
Nah, he don't even know his first name.
What you know about him? He's gonna be a star.